All right, let's talk about something that drives pretty much everyone crazy at some point: communication at work. We all know it's a huge deal, but man, getting it right can feel like a never-ending battle. So today, we're going to break down a really practical guide to finally get a handle on it.
I mean, this quote just says it all, doesn't it? It feels like no matter what you do, there's always something getting lost in translation. We've all been there, right? That email that lands completely wrong, the missed update that leaves you feeling totally lost. It is a universal frustration for sure.
And that's the big question. It's so easy to feel overwhelmed. Do you buy some fancy new software, force everyone into more meetings? Look, the answer is way simpler than you'd think. There is a clear path forward, and we're going to walk you right through it.
Okay, first things first. Before you even think about tools or quick fixes, you have to pump the brakes. The single most important thing to get is this: great communication has to be intentional. You can't just cross your fingers and hope it improves on its own. And that right there, that's a huge shift in thinking for a lot of companies. I mean, think about it. You would never, ever leave your marketing or your finances just a chance, would you? So why would you treat communication any differently? A real, deliberate plan is the bedrock for everything else. So, what does this plan actually look like? Well, it's pretty straightforward, really. It comes down to 3 key steps. Step 1, you gotta audit your methods. Figure out what's working and what's, well, not. Just ask people. Then, step 2, know your audience. This is huge. The way you talk to your sales team is probably gonna be way different from how you talk to your engineers, right? And finally, step 3, develop an actual plan with goals you can measure. This is what turns "we should communicate better" into a real, concrete strategy.
Okay, so you've got your strategy. Now we shift gears a little bit. We move from the systems and the plans to the people. Because let's be honest, at the end of the day, communication is all about human connection. But what does that actually mean at work?
This right here shows the difference perfectly. On one side, you've got that old school top-down monologue, where messages just get broadcast from on high, and that's it. But where we want to be is on the other side, a genuine two-way conversation, a place where employee feedback is actually wanted, it's encouraged, and most importantly, it's acted on.
Now get ready for this, because this number always blows my mind. 7%. Only 7% of what we communicate comes from the actual words we use. The other 93%, that's your tone of voice, your body language, the whole vibe you're giving off. And that is exactly why a quick, typed-out email can be so easily misunderstood. If you want to get good at dialogue, you have to get good at that other 93%.
So how do you actually do that? You build a culture of dialogue. It's about practicing active listening. And I mean really listening, not just waiting for your turn to talk. It's about making sure everyone knows exactly what's expected of them so there's no confusion. And this one's a biggie: actually training your managers to be good communicators. Then you've got to make time for real conversations with things like regular one-on-ones and having a genuine open-door policy.
All right, so we've got our strategy. We're focusing on the human element. Now it's time to talk about the tools of the trade. And I'm not just talking about software. The technology you use, and even your physical office, can either be a massive help or a huge hurdle. The big rule here is super simple. There is no one-size-fits-all tool. It is all about using the right tool for the right message, A super urgent project update has no business getting lost in an email thread. That's what your instant messenger is for. And big company-wide news, that belongs on a central intranet where everyone can find it. Picking the right channel is just as important as what you're trying to say. And here's a great real-world example of this in action. You've got this company, Connect Recruitment, with 14 different offices. The bosses felt totally cut off from their staff. So what did they do? They built an intranet, and it became this digital bridge, just like the quote says. It opened up those two-way conversations that just weren't happening before.
Here's another one, but for a totally different kind of team, one that's always on the move. The Idaho State Lottery had people out in the field all the time, and they felt super disconnected. You can imagine, email just wasn't cutting it. So their solution was a mobile-friendly intranet that became a central hub for anything they needed, right on their phones, no matter where they were.
But hey, it's not all about apps and websites. Don't forget, your actual office plays a huge role. I mean, think about your own workplace. Are people stuck in isolated little cubes? Or is the space actually designed to get people to bump into each other and have those random creative conversations? A good mix of open areas, social spots, and quiet places can totally break down those invisible walls between departments. So, we've covered strategy, dialogue, and tools. And you might be wondering, is all this work really worth it? Well, the answer is 1,000% yes.
Because when you get this right, the payoff is just enormous. It touches literally every single part of the business.
And we're talking about real, tangible results here. Better communication isn't some fluffy, nice-to-have thing. You see real, measurable bumps in productivity, you build a way stronger company culture, and the quality of the work that gets done actually goes up. It's a total game changer.
And beyond all the numbers, there's the human side of it. Good communication is also about making people feel seen and appreciated. I mean, check this out. A Gallup survey found that 74% of people, that's 3 out of every 4 employees, feel more valuable when they receive praise. Think about that. That simple act of positive communication might be the single most powerful motivator you have.
So that leaves us with one last question, and this one's for you to think about. When you look at your own organization, right now, is your communication a barrier? Is it a constant source of friction? Or could it be your biggest asset? With a little strategic effort, it absolutely can be. The choice is yours.